All right, everyone, hello and welcome to Moto 2 for Hogtona. Going to be an invert on this one. Let's take a look at the field. Get a look at the lineup here. So, we got... Did Camby really... How the hell did Camby... Did Camby actually finish this far back? How did that even happen? That's insane. All right, so we got Vulcan, Camby, Matt, Opix, Roman, Soul, Hunter, Luke, Pancake, Detail, Solange, and Armada. That is our lineup here for Moto 2. Another 35 laps. Screw it. Let's go on board with the winner. Let's switch it up here because we've been doing the non-onboard. Let's mix it up a little bit. Go on board with our winner of last Moto. See what he can do at the start of the race here. Green flag. Take a look at some... Oh! Well, that's not how you start a race. That's got to be a caution already. That is not how you start a race. All right, well, we'll go to onboard next time. Let's see how the battle of the line goes here. I mean, maybe it's got to be a caution, right? So go into the line. Oh! We'll see. That ends up being... Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. All right, so we're gonna run that one back. we're gonna run that one back. I think we do, yeah, because I think we just do a complete reset on that because that was like, that was just cheese. Also, I think Hunter got hit with the lag action. I think that was like a black screen, or if not a black screen, he definitely wasn't in control right there. So we just do a hard restart. It's gonna be 149 now. 149. It was gonna be 144, I think, but it's gonna be 149 on the checkpoint now. We'll give the onboard cam another shot. Green flag. I forgot about that. I probably shouldn't have included it, but you know what? We're including it. Totally forgot that happened. All right. So Armada. On the start, I mean, especially coming from the back, it's difficult. Oh my god, there's no way. There's no way! I can't believe nobody blocked the outside. Armada's going to make a 4-way pass around the outside, and potentially another one. Gotta dodge that! No! Oh, that's so unfortunate. That's got to be a caution. That would have been such a sick start to the race if he dodged that after that 4-way pass, too. That would have been insane. That would have been insane. Unfortunately, the wreck was too much. But yeah, I can't believe nobody went up to block the high side. They were too busy pushing low. Armada just had the run and just drove on by. Just drove on by 4 people. But I mean, it goes to show that when you do have those outside runs, you just got to find the opening. Sometimes there isn't one, and sometimes you have to, like, you want to go to the inside. Sometimes you have to go to the outside. And if you have a big enough run and the person in front of you bogs hard enough, I mean, you can make it happen. You can make it happen. You can pass them completely on the straightaway, which, again, is just something that on Gooses just doesn't happen generally. But that's the cool thing with the Hogs, is that can happen. What? Why is Armada, or why is Hunter airborne? What? All right. I think Hunter's unraceable. I think Hunter's unraceable. I think he's gonna call it here soon. But he's getting hit with some pretty hard lag cheese at this point in the night, so he might pull off here soon. We've got to be doing a caution for that for sure. So race to the line here. Cheesy start to Moto 2. Sorry about that, but I think he's just dealing with some lag cheese and trying to figure out if he could work through it. But I think that after that one, he was like, yeah, this is not gonna work. So I think he pulls off after that, unfortunately. But yeah, he was just getting, I don't know what the problem was, because usually he doesn't have issues on Halo 5, so I don't know if it was his internet or if it's just MCC being weird with it too, because usually he doesn't have issues like that. But yeah, unfortunate. But yeah, you can tell we lost. Yeah, so Hunter pulls off. Just getting hit too hard with the lag cheese. Let's get back on board with Armada, mix it up, do some more onboard cam from the mid-pack. He's worked his way up to the top 5. Started this moto in the back. We're barely into it, and he's worked his way to the top 5. If Armada keeps doing what he's doing, he's definitely going to be a contender for the overall at Hogtona. This position that he's worked his way up to this early in the moto is definitely big. Just needs to try to hold on to it. He's going to get clear here. Try to get a look to the inside. Not going to get as good of a run, though. Look at Slaunch. He fell back a little bit. He went for that run. He's got it, but where does he go with it? Doesn't really have anywhere to go, so he backs out of it. Maybe reset. Maybe a move to the inside. I believe that's Opix there. It's hard to tell. It is. And it looks like we had a caution behind us. All good, all good. We run it back. We run it back. All right. All right. Another restart here. And we're green. It is Vulcan and Matt leading them down. Vulcan and Matt leading down the field. Let's see what they can do up front. First exit. Oh, it's so close, but Matt does a good job holding it around the outside. So it'll still be close for that 2-3 battle. I think it's Luke and Matt for 2-3 right now. Now Opix is getting into the mix. Slaunch is getting into the mix. Big run. Who is that? Hold up. Did I get my people mixed up? I think it was a big run for Luke. All right, who's in the front? Who's in the front? My colored cheese is getting cheesed. Who's in the front? We got to figure this out. Wait a second. Wait a second. Why? That's Roman. Why did he look so... Am I tripping? Why did he look so white? It literally was a white Spartan. I swear to Bob, that was a white Spartan. It is not. It's Roman up to second. What the hell? It's got to be the lighting. It's got to be the lighting. Oh, big drift. And we're getting a spicy mid-pack battle here. Oh, no. The odd man out. Yeah, see, Matt looked white. Dude, it's so hard to tell. Matt, unfortunately, the odd man out in that one. That was tough. Like 3 or 4 wide, and he was just in the wrong spot. Wrong time. That's definitely going to be a caution there. Run it back to the line, it looks like. Vulcan's still leading it down. Roman's second. Slaunch. Armada in detail up there too. So three of the drivers that were running up front at the end of last moto are already in the top 5. So that bodes well for them. That could definitely be an overall battle there potentially brewing between those 3. It's with these Triple Crowns, especially on this track, you never know. I mean, the overall battle could get super cheese here. It's going to be really tough for any of these drivers to have. I don't think anybody's going to podium every race. It's going to be hard enough to top 5 every single race. But we get going here at 100 on the checkpoints. Nice. And we're green. Rowan with a nice start on the outside. I don't think it's going to do too much for him, though. Complete. Definitely better, though. I feel like the outside's been getting really bad restarts for some reason. Oh, I like this. I like this. Roman tries to do the crossover. How does Armada do it again? Look at the run. Armada comes out of nowhere. I was watching the crossover 3-wide battle, and Armada just comes in with fat momentum. And it might take him to the lead. The wall contact, though, is going to hold him back. Vulcan and Armada are going to be big, slowed, massive runs for the drivers behind. Here they come. Slaunch, Roman, and Detail back into the picture. Vulcan and Armada side by side. Armada is doing it. He's holding it around the outside on these exits. I don't know how he's doing it, but he's doing it. He's maintaining his momentum, and that was big for both of them. They got a bit of a draft right there, it looks like. Oh, it's going to be close. Turn 4 is so difficult, but they're doing it. They're doing it, and they're like drafting right now, too. Armada and Vulcan are making some crazy runs in the front, and it is taking them way ahead of the pack right now. They're doing a great job. Armada has enough of that. He fakes him out. He goes for the crossover. This might be the move of the race. Can Armada go back-to-back motos? Putting on a show so far at Hogtona. Can he complete the pass, though? Gonna go for it. Gonna drift in front of him. Nice pass right there. A little bit of contact, but honestly, it wasn't too bad. It's gonna slow Vulcan down a bit. Roman has a massive run, and look at Slaunch. Slaunch is still coming. Look at the runs on this track. Slaunch gets all the way to side by side before we get to the run of the exit of the corner there. It's crazy how the momentum carries on this track with the Hogs. Just something, like I said multiple times, something that we are not used to seeing. Oh! Detail and Luke with the battle right there. Detail going for a little bit of off-road action. That was not the rallycross portion of the schedule yet, but he hit a pretty sick drift and nice save to keep it no caution right there. They're battling really hard. Oh, no! Vulcan spins out in the lag bubble. An actual spin out. We just saw Detail off-road save a drift, and now we saw Vulcan spin out. What is this? Is this Halo Racing? It does not look like Halo Racing right now. But that is what we're looking at on Hogtona. And throughout all this cheese, Armada is your leader. He's back into the lead. Roman is in second. Slaunch is in the picture. And look at how big this gap is right now. That's the top three. There's the rest of the field. Look at that. They have like a full turn on the rest of the field. Insane gap right now. What is the top five? Fourth is Vulcan. Luke's trying to chase him down in fifth right now. Soul and Pancake going at it, and Detail not too far off. Good recovery when he tried to keep it off the wall for both of them in that battle right there, and ended up hitting the drift. Two battle back here too. I think Opix and Matt there. And we might have a little bit of a battle. Is Slaunch going for it? Slaunch just seems to be a Daytona specialist, apparently. No matter what version of Daytona it is, it seems like he's figuring it out and getting the speed down. And he's been running up front pretty well this race, like he did in the fall, in a completely different, version of the track. But still, he's doing a good job running up front in both of them. And this battling, the person that's really going to enjoy this battling right now is Armada. Armada is probably cracking open another cold one up front right now, hearing that they're battling behind him, because that's definitely going to help him out. I mean, look at how much he's pulled, and that's what's difficult with this track, is you got to make those passes. You got to make those passes quick. I mean, if you battle and somebody else is solo, they can gain a ton of time. It is really hard to battle side by side and like keep up the momentum. It is doable. We see drivers do it, and we'll see them do it throughout the rest of the race. It is doable, but it is very, very difficult. Very difficult task. And Luke's gotten by Vulcan for fourth, so he moves up to fourth. Vulcan is now being pressured for fifth by Pancake. Detail has fallen off that pack a little bit. Soul there, Opix there. Matt trying to work his way back, and this is gonna be interesting. This is like our first green flag run. Look at how solo. Look at how wide the pack is spread. Look at this. This is just not what we expect from a Daytona race. But look at this. Everybody's super separate. Oh, except for Roman and Slaunch. That second place battle, funnily enough, is like the closest, or one of the closest battles on track right now. And could we see some gains come out of fourth and fifth because Slaunch and Roman duking it out for second and third? It looks like Slaunch has some speed. He honestly might be the fastest of the top three. It's hard to tell because Armada doesn't have any battle cheese and he's checking out. But I think Slaunch is at least like close to as fast as Armada. I think he's faster than Roman. Because it looks like he keeps getting the runs and he keeps like catching up to him. But it's just all about making that pass. And Roman's made himself a very difficult pass so far, and Slaunch hasn't been able to do it yet.
Complete.
Still Vulcan in fifth. And I think Detail's worked his way up to sixth now. I can't tell with the glare. Yep. Looks like that happened. Something must have happened there in that battle. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at this. Let's get on board. It's time for some more onboard action. We got to find Slaunch. Here he is. And, yeah, it's hard to tell if he's faster than Armada, but I definitely think he has speed on Roman. It's just, what do you do? Where do you go? And you see right there, he doesn't have as good of an exit. And I honestly think it's Slaunch kind of like, he just doesn't really know where to go. Like, he can get up to Roman's bumper in a couple laps, but what do you do? How do you make the move? Roman's making it very difficult. All right, now that it's not as close, let's see. And look at that, Luke in fourth getting really close. So that gap is closing. Look at that, though. Armada is checking out. Armada's catching up on, like, lap traffic at this point. He is super checked out. He's just leading so many laps, having a great run for himself in Hogtona. Maybe the race break was it, because ever since the break, he's been having a lot better of runs. And it's getting spicy again. Here we go. Slaunch catching up to Roman.
Complete.
But can he make the move? And if he does go for it, where does he go for it? When does he go for it? He's got to be careful because Luke's making gains, so he's got another position behind him to worry about. He doesn't want to lose his podium spot. He obviously wants to advance, but I'm sure he'd like a top finish as well. And yeah, you can tell. I mean, you can tell there's actually like gains being made, and that's what I love about. Again, that's what I love about this Hogtona is like on the reach track. You know, it's mostly up to the up to the draft. But that's, not the case on this one. Not the case. I mean, the draft is definitely a thing, but it's a lot harder, and it usually doesn't last as long. That is probably what she said. All right, on board with Luke, catching up to Slaunch here, and he's caught the second and third place. Now let's see what happens here, because it's going to be like the same issue. When do you go for it? But this is a pack here for second, third, and fourth. And Slaunch might have it. Oh, Roman goes for the block. Oh, yeah, we're seeing some actual NASCAR action here. Roman goes for the block, saw the run from Slaunch, cuts it off. Armada up there catching lap traffic. That could spice things up. If this green flag run continues, Armada catching lap traffic, that could make things interesting. Maybe this isn't just a three-way battle for second. Although, I mean, Armada has such a lead. I mean, it's hard to... You'd have to get held up really hard. But this battle is absolutely on for second. Slaunch! Oh! Thought he had it. But now does Luke have a little bit of a run to the inside? He does. Gets just a tire on him. It might get spicy now. Luke and Slaunch. Oh, close on the wall, but they keep it clean. The battle for fifth is heating up, too. Looks like Detail with a big run. Oh, yeah. So that battle might be on now, too. Oh, yeah. Oh, no! Luke and Slaunch and contact, and I think we're going to have a caution. Luke and Slaunch going for the draft cheese, and they get too close. Luke probably gets a little too high up on the inside. Slaunch goes into the wall. Doesn't look like he loses too much track position, fortunately enough. I think him and Detail still have a shot here, but definitely unfortunate. But at the same time, could be an opportunity, because I believe that's going to be a caution. It's late in the race. Restart and mix things up. That could make things interesting. Oh, what the hell? Slaunch just did the... We got to watch that. Slaunch and Detail, look at this, battling, and Slaunch did what Detail did earlier. Literally did the exact same thing. A little bit of off-road action. I know. Again, Rallycross wasn't supposed to, come up till later in the schedule, but can't help it. We just can't help it sometimes. Too much fun with the Hogs. All right. So this is a fun moto. I mean, both motos have been pretty fun, but this one is very different. I like when this happens. This one is very, very different than the first moto. Even though they came right after each other in the order of the night, like these two motos have looked so completely different than each other. This one featuring a very, very long green flag run that actually was pretty cool to watch. We got some good battles. We got some blocks, strategic moves like that. Type of stuff that we want to see. So, love that. But let's get into it. So, it's going to be natural, natural light green. I'm dumb. Natural green, white, checkered. Here, we're going to have Armada, Roman, Luke, Vulcan, and Detail. That is your top 5. Let's see what happens here. 2 laps to go. Unless we get a caution, this could be the end of Moto 2 right here in 2 laps. Green flag. Armada with a great jump on the inside right there. That's going to get him to the lead early. He looked like he had NOS on that one. Like, he had such a jump right there. Luke's going to go for second on the inside of Roman. It's going to get tight. And it looks like he's going to complete the pass. Vulcan and Detail 3-4 wide behind them. And does anybody wreck? Does it happen? It needs to happen now. It does. We're going to have a caution. 2 drivers. Yep, that was definitely... That had to have been called as well before the line. So we're going to have another extra lap set. Oh, and no. Armada was looking set to run the first 2 motos in a row at Hogtona, which would have been very tippable. But now this spices things up. He's had such a dominant moto. Can he hold it on for one more restart? It's going to be Luke to his outside now. Roman in that next row inside. Vulcan on the outside running at the top 5 is Detail there in 5th. Here we go. One more run at it potentially, unless we have another caution, and we're green. 2 laps to go for Moto 2. Very clean restart, by the way. That was possibly the best restart all night. I'm not even kidding. Everybody's so even 2x2. Love that. Luke goes for the crossover. He gets to the inside. Big run. The lead battle could be on. Can Armada hold on to it? That could be the move for the race. Luke's going to pull in front of him, but Armada's going to have the line. He's going to have the momentum. All those drivers behind are going to have the momentum. Look at how much they're gaining. White flag, no crashes. We're going to the end. Luke leads him down. Armada is still on his outside. Roman and Vulcan, it's between these four unless they wreck out. Oh, Armada, I think he had breathing room, but just a little too hard. Gets into the wall a bit. Look at that run on the outside. Massive run for Detail and Matt there. Around the outside, they're going to bring it to the end. So close contact all around the inside. Big runs to the line. So many photo finishes. Look at that guy to the outside right there. Camby going in to the line. And so many photo finishes. Crazy finish to the race. Luke's going to take the Moto win, and that's about all we could call for sure on that one. That was a sweet finish to the race right there. Gotta watch that last run again because that was insane. So many different drivers here on the white flag lap. Let's just run it back completely, honestly. This was pretty sweet. Let's just run it all the way back here. All right, we got to do some fast forward cheese, but that's fine. But let's run it back and do a whole replay on that because that was one of the wildest GWCs we've seen for sure.
Lap complete.
The finishes so far at Hogtona, not disappointing. Absolutely crazy finish right there. So many drivers with massive runs, and I've been talking about it throughout the night, but I feel like on that last lap right there, I mean really the last two laps, but that last lap right there, I feel like you could really see the runs. I've been trying to call them out when they happen, but especially on that last GWC right there, you had it happen for so many different drivers where they just got these insane runs. And again, it was a situation where, you know, the drivers on the inside there are mostly probably just like blocking and just trying to, you know, hold on to the lead. So it's like bunching everybody up, and it just got to make some crazy racing right there. Yeah, this could be another banger. This is probably another classic hog race up there with Road America Moto 1 in end of last year sometime. I forget exactly when it was, but October or November. That first Moto at Road America was amazing, and I think this one could possibly rank up with that one as far as the hog races go. Just such an intense finish and great event so far in general. Could definitely be a contender with that Road America race in terms of the Moto and overall so far. Like I said, got to be down for it, right, guys? Got to be down for it. This got to be a yearly event now. Got to be. So that was, well, I guess we could take a look at that. Let's go ahead and see what happened with the caution here. So let's just go back in the pack. We're just going to go on board with Pancake here because I don't know exactly who crashed, but I think, oh, that was unfortunate. Camby just got caught on the outside right there. And let's see what happens here. Okay, so I think it happens in like this pack. All right, so just like big pile up here. And again, this is like going to the line, so this caution needs to happen if we're gonna have another restart. And this sucks for Ramdeen, by the way, because look at that gap. I mean, he for sure, you know, if this caution didn't happen, he for sure was running away with this one. There's no way Luke would have made that up. Ramdeen would have had to crack open a cold one mid-white flag. But yeah, lag cheese coming out here for sure, because look at this. Detail gets completely airborne. Opix is like not all four tires on the ground. Slaunch gets in the wall. That's just like odd man out right there. Detail literally pops a wheelie. Like, what is going on here? And as you can see, Pancake and Slaunch made the contact. Nowhere to go for Pancake, I believe, on this one. But yeah, he's just going for the run, and then there's Slaunch. You're not dodging that. His best chance is to go around the outside. There wasn't enough room for it. So that's how that caution happened. Now let's take a look at the insane finish here. All right. Take a look at a replay here. So, first of all, again, hats off to the field. This restart was great. That was a really good restart. Like, just purely based off looks, that was like the best looking restart all night. A lot of the restarts were pretty cheesy. That one was very good. So here into the first turn, this is the move for the win here. Luke goes way high, lets Armada get in front, gets the run for the crossover, and then that's going to set him up for the pass there. But what makes this interesting, though, is the inside. So now he has to protect the inside. You see they get so far away, but now he's got to protect the inside, not let this pass back happen. So they're going to get a rough run off the exit of the corner. Clean run, but rough, and they're going to lose time. And look at these runs for Roman and Vulcan, they gained so much time right there. And other drivers, too, like, can be a big run across the tri-oval, too. Now we go into this corner again, and it's the same thing. Luke trying to protect the inside, and honestly, the whole inside just, like, drifting. And there was, like, enough room there, barely, but that was going to be really tough for Armada to make cleanly around the outside right there. Like, I think there was just enough room, but he would have had to have nailed it, and unfortunately, he wasn't able to nail it that time. It was still a pretty good run, though. He did a pretty good job at that. That most drivers would have, like, lost all their position right there. He hit the wall just enough to where he was able to keep his momentum. And then now watch this. All of them got loose, right? Matt and Detail here did not have to deal with that, so look where they are right now. And just look at that run around the outside. Insane gains. Now we go into the last turn. We're going to slow-mo it. And as you can see, Roman just trying to protect. Armada going to the end. Everybody's just trying to protect at this point. Armada, oh man, odd man out. Big runs from behind. Armada just the odd man out on that one. Big, look at Camby. Look at Camby on the outside. Oh, Camby's the one that makes it exciting here. Look at that. Tried to hit it to the inside. They both double block. And Luke's going to cross the line in first. Roman will just beat out Vulcan for second there. Vulcan will take third. Oh, and Armada just beats out Matt at the line for fourth. Matt takes fifth. Camby sixth, making it exciting there. Detail seventh. Opix. Then Soul. And then Slaunch and Pancake, unfortunately, not able to recover after that first caution. But, yeah, that was a wild moto. That was a wild moto. Crazy finish. And it sets us up for an interesting overall with that move and with Armada falling back a little bit. Armada still has the lead for the overall, but Luke behind them by 1 point, and they've got a pretty good gap on everybody else. So it's probably between those two for the overall at this point. Plenty of other drivers that can go for another Hogtona win and more points to gain here, though. And that third place overall is like realistically open for anybody at this point. So that third moto is definitely going to be very exciting. Don't miss it. See you guys there.